And it's that branding, bro, being a walking business brand. He's a 5th-round pick, and he generated damn near well over $300 million already in merchandise sale.
People are trying to assign from a personality standpoint to Shadeur Sanders, and I think that's incredibly unfair to the young man.
99% of the online scrutiny is because of my dad. And he is exactly right. That's why it was really a mistake.
My expectations have absolutely changed. Absolutely. My expectations have changed because a lot of what we're hearing from Cleveland has changed again.
From the moment Shadeur Sanders stepped onto the Cleveland Browns training camp field, something felt different. This wasn't just another rookie QB running through drills. This was a young man dismantling every preconceived notion about waiting your turn. Within minutes, Sanders was slicing through coverages, reading blitzes like he'd been in the league for a decade. Coaches exchanged those silent looks, the kind that say, we might have something here. And listen, you could feel the defense noticing too. This wasn't normal rookie jitters. This was command, confidence, and control. In just a few reps, he had gone from an unknown rookie to the name whispered across the Browns sideline. And that was just the beginning. Now, before I go further, look, I've been researching the NFL deeply for the last 7 to 8 years. I've seen hundreds of rookies come and go. I've studied every training camp breakout, every next big thing that fizzled out before the season even began. And let me tell you, what Sanders is doing right now, this doesn't fit the usual script. He's not just looking competent, he's looking dangerous to the depth chart. Defensive leaders are realizing they can't rattle him. Quarterback coaches are admitting privately that he processes defenses faster than some veterans. And when that kind of talk starts this early, you can bet something seismic is brewing in Cleveland. And then there's his contract. At first glance, it's your standard rookie 4-year deal. But dig deeper and you'll find something fascinating. Built-in performance triggers and early play incentives. That's not standard for a so-called developmental quarterback. That's the Browns essentially betting against their own public timeline. They're saying, this kid might force our hand sooner than anyone expects. It's rare to see a front office hedge like that unless they already see something in practice, something they can't ignore. To me, it's a silent admission that Cleveland knows they may have landed a franchise quarterback, even if it messes with their expensive, established plans at the position. But it was day 7 of camp that truly changed everything. The Browns decided to test him, really test him. They lined him up against the first-team defense, one of the most aggressive and punishing units in the league. Most rookies in that position would fold. Sanders? He didn't just survive, he thrived. Quick reads, bullet throws, surgical timing. The defense threw blitz packages, disguised coverages, and complex rotations at him. And he carved them up like he was reading from the playbook in advance. That was the day coaches stopped viewing him as just another rookie arm. That was the day Shedeur Sanders became a legitimate quarterback threat in Cleveland. What happened next was almost more telling than his stats. After practice, veterans like Myles Garrett, a man who doesn't hand out compliments lightly, walked over and showed respect. Offensive players, instead of heading home, stayed after to catch passes from him. That's not just a sign of camaraderie. That's trust being built in real time. And when a rookie starts building trust across both sides of the ball, the locker room shifts. Suddenly, Sanders wasn't just the new guy. He was a quarterback teammates were willing to invest in, with their time, their energy, and their belief. That's something you can't coach or fake. And then came the moment you almost never see this early, the owner stepping in. Jimmy Haslam personally reviewed Sanders' practice footage. Not just watching from the sideline, I'm talking about studying him. Haslam reportedly commented on Sanders' lightning-fast processing speed. That's the kind of feedback that gets around a building fast. The second the top office starts whispering about a rookie quarterback, everyone feels the shift. Now, the whispers weren't just coming from the locker room. They were coming from the very top of the organization. And when that happens, the idea of a quarterback controversy stops being a fantasy and starts becoming a legitimate possibility. Fast forward to the full contact scrimmage, the moment many in the Browns organization had quietly circled as decision day. This was the real test. No holding back, no half-speed rush. The first-team defense came for him with everything they had. And Sanders, he sidestepped Myles Garrett, extended plays, and led multiple scoring drives. You could feel the energy shift with every snap. Coaches who came into the day just evaluating left with a decision weighing on their minds. Could they really keep this kid on the bench if he kept playing like this? That's the kind of performance that forces uncomfortable conversations in the front office. And here's where it gets messy. The Browns have already invested heavily in Deshaun Watson. He's their guy on paper, financially, and publicly. But football isn't played on paper, it's played on the field. And right now, Sanders is winning on the field. That creates a dangerous crossroads. Do you stay committed to your multi-million-dollar man? Or do you ride the momentum of a rookie who's outplaying him in camp? This isn't just a football decision. It's a political one. It's a choice that could divide the locker room, split the fan base, and redefine the future of the franchise. And speaking of the fan base, they're already splitting. Go online, scroll through Cleveland Browns threads, and you'll see it. Half the fans want to see Sanders start immediately, believing he's the fresh energy the team needs. The other half warns against throwing him into the fire too soon. This debate isn't going away. In fact, it's only going to intensify with every preseason snap. Because here's the truth. Once a fan base sees what's possible, they can't unsee it. And right now, Cleveland fans are seeing something they haven't seen in years. Genuine hope at quarterback. So here we are, a rookie quarterback with the poise of a veteran, a front office torn between loyalty and momentum, a locker room beginning to shift its allegiance, and a fan base that smells change in the air. Shadeur Sanders isn't just fighting for a roster spot anymore. He's fighting for the starting job of the Cleveland Browns. And if he keeps playing like this, he might just take it. The next few weeks won't just shape Sanders' career. They could shape the entire future of this franchise. And if you've been watching closely, you know the story is only getting started.